So pay attention. Now this particular chapter written by Venkat Iyer or Venkateshwaran Iyer is actually a page 26. Written by Venkat Iyer, is a science graduate. He worked as a project management professional in IBM in the IT industry, but he left his job because he did not want to continue with the hustle and bustle of the city life and wanted a peaceful life. So he went to his village in Dhanu, that is in Dhanu, Maharashtra. Now, the first time he tried his hand on farming, which was on moong, growing moong pulse, moong dal, and without the use of chemicals and fertilizers and pesticides. He was really overwhelmed, excited to see the result because the quality was good. It, it did not harm the soil because he did not use those pesticides, and the yield was really good. Now, most of the farmers, they want 3 crops a year so that their income increases. But 3 crops a year they can get only when they use those artificial fertilizers or they use when they can use those chemicals. Now, although the result, I mean, it is faster, the growth is faster, but it has harmful effects on environment as well as health. So he was against it. Venkatayar was against the use of these chemicals. And after the growing those moong, he's tried farming. He tried growing rice. Now he wanted to grow the good quality rice, that is the kasbai, which had disappeared from the market. Even people started, farmers did not want to grow that rice because it took longer time and required more water. So they gave up growing this kasbai rice and started growing the newer variety, which had hunger for all these chemicals. So for many years, this particular growth of rice had stopped, and there were hardly any seeds available. But after searching, going to a remote village, he found he could get the seeds of kasbai in a shattered home house where an old lady was there who was actually first reluctant to give the seeds, because what happens when the people from the city go to these remote villages, the villagers start suspecting that they are going to cheat them and so on. So first she was reluctant, but then she agreed. And when she received that 100 rupees for the first time in her life, she saw the note. She was really thrilled because she had never traveled outside the village. She was throughout. Now, this is the condition of many farmers in our country, especially those poor farmers who work very hard in the fields. Now, that is about. So now he started growing. He's not only lecturing, he's giving lectures on organic farming. He's helping he's coordinating with all the farmers and trying to tell them about the harmful effects of chemicals and encouraging them to grow organic farming. So now that is about the chapter, very simple chapter. Now what you get a passage, you get passages from the chapters. So the questions will be based on those passages only. And of course, general questions, personal response type questions. So that reading you can do because there's a lot behind in this chapter, a lot of writing skills which we have to do. We'll do that first. Come to page 31. Uh, Correct the false statements if they are false. Growing in abundance is more important than quality of the crop. False. The quality of the answer. The quality of the crop is more important the quality of the crop is more important than growing in abundance, a lesser variety of crop. You can just stop there. The quality of the crop is more important than growing in abundance, the lesser variety of the crop. If that you can understand, there is no need to write. Just write this much. The quality of the crop is more important than growing in abundance. The author wanted to grow the desi variety of rice. True. So there's nothing to write. True. C. The author did not succeed in finding Kasbai. False. Write the answer. He was successful in finding Kasbai from an Adivasi woman in a remote village named Boripada. He was successful in finding Kasbai from an Adivasi woman at Boripada. At Boripada. If you can remember remote village, you write there. Otherwise, you don't write. Otherwise, you write it there. It will be like that. The author was successful in finding Kasbai from an Adivasi woman at Boripada, a remote village. The aroma of desi rice would spread all around. True. Newer hybrid crops have great appetite for chemicals. True. The author is an example of reverse migration. True. Now, what is reverse migration? I'll explain. Now, when farmers or villagers flock or go to cities, leaving everything behind for livelihood, because supposing there's no rain, there is drought, the farmer cannot do any work. So they will go to the cities, nearby cities, for some work and earn their livelihood. So when villagers leave the village and go to the cities, it is migration. But when city people leave their jobs, everything, and go to the village, it is reverse migration. As in the case of this author, he left the job and the city to go back to the village and started organic farming. So it is reverse migration. Come to the next. Yes, the true and false first one. Okay. Growing in abundance, that is false. The correct statement is the quality of the crop is more important. The quality of the crop is more important than growing in abundance a lesser variety of crop. If you can understand lesser variety, leave it. Write till abundance. Than growing in abundance a lesser variety of crop. Okay. Now next page 32 is the flow chart. It is a kind of note making. Now what is a flow chart? Flow chart means where in the web, it is a web, in the web, the in sequence the points are written. means from the beginning till the end. For a particular period, it is written in sequence. It is shown in sequence, in proper order. So it is a flow chart. So this also comes as a web. It's a flow chart. Let's fill those blocks. Now you may not be able to write the complete sentence in those squares or those blocks. What you can do is you can write it in the notebook if you want. You can write it like that, page 32, second one. Yes. Oh, yeah. Information transfer. So now, yeah, come to that. Now, first one is given April 2005, started his search for Kasbai rice. Next one. Second one, the elders in the village told him, the elders in the village told him about Kasbai, whose seeds had disappeared, or the seeds of which had disappeared, whichever way you want to write. Whose seeds, in short, it comes like that, whose seeds had disappeared. The elders in the village told him about Kasbai, whose seeds had disappeared.
Can you repeat, ma'am, first?
Yeah. The elders in the village told him about Kasbai.
Miss, ma'am, first.
First one. First one is already given there, no? We are doing that, hello, we are doing that flow chart. The one in boxes, filling up those empty boxes.
I
We are
thought
doing that.
box second.
First one is given. April 2005 started his search for Kasbai rice. Second one I'm telling. The elders in the village told him about Kasbai, whose seeds had disappeared. Whose seeds had disappeared. Next one. Ex-Sarpanch. Sarpanch. Who's the Sarpanch? The head of the Panchayat, village Panchayat. Ex-Sarpanch. EX-Sarpanch. SARPANCH. Ex-Sarpanch. Devu Handa. DEVUHANDA. Devu Handa told him about told him about the specialities of Kasbai, the specialities of Kasbai, and the reason for stopping its growth. And the reason for stopping its growth. I'll repeat again. Ex-Sarpanch Devu Handa told him about the specialities of Kasbai and the reason for stopping its growth. Next one. Next one. Devu Handa gave him the information. Devu Handa gave him the information of the place where he could get where he could get the Kaspai seeds. Devu Handa gave him the information of the place where he could get the kasbai seeds, or where he might get the kasbai seeds. And that is the flow chart. Now the flow chart can be either straight, it can be in a U-turn form, okay, backwards, coming backwards again to the starting point. It can be that way also. Now the next one, fill in the blanks. The author wanted to grow organic moong is done. More B1 now. Moru Dada wanted to spray pesticides, right? Pesticides. Baban's father and elders mentioned the name of Kasbai. Kasbai. Hybrids need more water, fertilizers, and pesticides. Water, fertilizers, and pesticides. The author bought 10 kilos of rice. 10. Come to the next one. The reaction of the agricultural officer. A is done. He had not heard of Kasbai. B, he felt that the villagers were fooling the author. He felt that the villagers were fooling the author. C, he mentioned the names of latest hybrids, HYBRIDs, latest hybrids, and offered to give him free of cost. And offered to give him free of cost. Next one, that is second A, fond memories. A, it needs no protection from rain. It needs no protection from rain. B, it has an alluring aroma. Alluring. It has an alluring ALLURING. 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 Aroma. AROMA. C, it has no hunger for chemicals. Has no hunger for chemicals. Now, when we talk chemicals, you should always mention fertilizers and pesticides. So, if you remember, there's no need to write. Otherwise, you can write no hunger. It has no hunger for chemicals like pesticides and fertilizers. Or it has no hunger for fertilizers and pesticides. Now, the next one, the writer says he grew an awful lot of moong. Awful lot of moong in large number, in large quantity, a large amount. Okay, it means large amount. Now, there are some phrases. Write down the meanings. Now, for the exam, there will be phrases and you will be asked to make sentences on them. Now, here, just write the meanings in pursuit of. What is in pursuit of? In search of. In search of. to smell a rat, to feel that there is something wrong happening, to feel that there is something wrong, to feel that there is something wrong. To be keen is to be interested. To be keen is to be interested. On the trail of is again in search of, but you can write like this: on the trail of, trying to find something, trying to find something by getting more information about it. Try to find something by getting more information. To feel under the weather. To feel emotionally overwhelmed means very excited. To feel emotionally overwhelmed. When you cry with joy, that is, feel emotionally overwhelmed. She muttered in reply, and we looked at Jeevan for a quick interpretation. Muttered in reply. This is about the old lady in the village at Boripada, where she was actually, she was not actually, she was reluctant to give the seeds first, but then when Jeevan spoke, she agreed and she nodded to give the seeds. That it means that she muttered something which they could not understand. There are two complete sentences. No, wait. Now the next one, students, keep your notebooks open. I'm going to give you is some examples, definition of simple, compound, and complex. This is a compulsory question in the exam in grammar. You'll be asked to transform also from, say, complex to simple, so on. First, let me explain. Don't write anything, then I'll tell you how to write what to write. Uh, you must have done in school, but still. Now I'm showing all the shortest way. The short. Now he went to school. He went to school. What is the verb there? He went. Went. Okay. Then he started his homework in time. Started. Again, it is one verb. Started. So when sentences like this have one verb, when a sentence has one verb, single verb, then it is a simple sentence. Now, write down. Write simple sentence. On a new line, write simple sentence. Next line, I'll give the example. Write the example. I made a quick trip to Surat. I made a quick trip to Surat. Surat. Underline made. That is the verb. Next line. Next sentence. Kasbah is a traditional. Kasbah is a traditional long grained rice. Long grained rice. Kasbah is a traditional long grained rice. Underline is. So now these two sentences have one verb. Now write down the definition of a simple sentence on the next line. Write a simple sentence. A simple sentence consists of only one verb. A simple sentence consists of only one verb. Next line, write compound sentence. Compound sentence. Next line, example 1. They just grew their rice. They just grew their rice. They just grew their rice and ate what they got. And ate what they got. Now underline grew and ate. And you make a circle there. Around and make a circle. Grew and ate, underline. One more sentence. He rushed home. He rushed home. Take another sentence because I don't want to give and. Cancel this. Take another sentence. He did not work hard. He did not work hard. Therefore, he failed in the final exam. Therefore, he failed in the final exam. Now, did, underline did not, did not work, underline. And there you write, what is that? It did not work and failed, underline failed, and circle therefore. Circle there. Now write the definition. Next line. A compound sentence consists of two or more verbs, VERBs, two or more verbs, and is joined by or and is combined by, both will be correct, and is combined by or joined by coordinating conjunction, ordinating, coordinating conjunctions. Now we don't say just conjunction, we say coordinating. Okay, and there we will say subordinating. Coordinating conjunctions like and, comma, but, comma, therefore, comma, either or, comma, neither nor, full stop. I'll repeat again. A compound sentence consists of two or more verbs and is joined by coordinating conjunctions like and, but, therefore, either or, neither nor. Now, once you know, now don't write anything, just see. Once you know a simple sentence and a compound sentence, the rest becomes very easy. because all the rest will come in the complex category, complex sentences. Now, learn these 4, 5 by heart. That is, and, but, therefore, neither, nor, either, nor, 5. Now, these coordinating conjunctions, once you know that they come in compound sentences, you know it's a compound sentence. And once you know that a simple sentence has one verb, becomes very easy. So simple and compound are very easy. Now write the complex sentence. Example, write complex sentence, next line. Write down example 1 first. We were clear that we were clear that we would not use we were clear that we would not use any chemicals. Now, what are you going to underline? Were, use, and circle that. Another example, next line. My bare feet were muddy. My bare, B-A-R-E, bare feet were muddy, M-U-D-D-Y. As I walked around, as I walked around gingerly, Gingerly, gingerly. What does gingerly mean? Carefully. My bare feet were muddy as I walked around gingerly. Underline were and walked. And circle as. Now write the definition. Next line. A complex sentence consists of two or more verbs, and is joined by subordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions like, now keep on writing commas, I'll tell you. Subordinating conjunctions like who, 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 comma, what, comma, when, comma, whom, comma, where, comma, why, comma, how, comma, though, comma, although, comma, unless, comma, since, comma, as, comma, that, comma, because, comma, while, 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 comma, whereas, comma, whereas, comma, before, comma, whichever, comma, whichever, whoever, comma, after, comma, etc. Now, I'll repeat once more. A complex sentence consists of two or more verbs and is joined by subordinating conjunctions like who, what, when, whom, where, why, how, though, although, unless, since, as, that, because, while, whereas, before, whichever, whoever, after, etc. Now, when these words come in a sentence, they are complex sentences. Like the words, like the sentences that were there. Uh, what was that sentence? We were clear that we would not use any chemicals. That the word that has come, so it is a complex sentence. The other one was my bare feet were muddy as. As is a uh, complex sentence. Okay, it comes in the complex sentence. So now it can come in the beginning also. Now see, WH, those questionable words will not come in the beginning. When they come in, who is your friend? That would be a complex sentence. This is a friend who stood first. This is my friend who stood first. That will be a complex sentence. Okay, so they should come. But words like if and as can come in the beginning of the sentence. Though, although can come in the beginning of the sentence because they are not WH words. So when these words come in the sentence, it is a compound. I mean, it is a complex sentence. So now, simple has one verb, compound has two verbs and has coordinating conjunctions and but therefore neither nor either or. Complex sentence has two or more verbs and as subordinating has a list of these subordinating words. Now, in the exam, you may be asked to identify what type of sentence it is, or you may be asked to transform or change from compound to complex or complex to simple that way. That we'll do later on, that is transformation of sentences. So far, tell me what I did today. Is there any doubt? What I have done today so far, is there any doubt in that? Meaning of alluring, uh, very too much it is alluring, very sweet, you can say attractive, you can say very nice, good scent of smell, that is alluring, that is alluring aroma. Okay. Yes, anything else? Captivating, you can say captivating, attractive aroma, captivating, that way. Yeah. Anyone else? Any doubt? Yes. Then if you are asked to only identify, if you're asked only to identify, you will write the answer that it is a complex sentence. But mostly they give to identify the tense. Like, we will be doing tenses, okay? Later on, tenses means present continuous tense, present past tense, and all that. Those tenses. Identify the tense and change it to so and so. The same way it will be identify the tense and change it to, say, simple sentence. That way it can be asked. That comes in, yeah, transformation. That will all come in transformation of sentences. Like the positive sentence is given, and you have to change it to negative, or negative to positive, or active to passive, passive to active. All that will be there. We'll do that. We will do that. Transformation, assertive. It will be there in the question in the bracket, no? Supposing the sentence is given. Now, say for example that. They just grew their rice and ate what they got. Now that is the sentence. Now identify the tense. Say it is a compound sentence. Now change it to simple. It will be asked if it is asked to change it to simple. You know it is a compound sentence. So that way, and then change it to simple. So we'll be doing that. We will be doing that later on. But today, what I have done, is there any doubt in that? Because I'm going step by step, and I don't want to mix up anything one thing with another. So, because what happens in grammar, most of the students get confused, and especially in the writing skills. Now, there are a lot of writing skills behind. We'll be continuing next time. Any doubts so far? Okay, so should we stop here today and we'll continue next time? Thank you, students. Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.